Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Yuma Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Rebecca Kay, and I am so glad that you could join me this morning for our daily spiritual practice. Well, on Fridays, I always have a word for the week for you. It's a word that's been bubbling up for me this week, and it's a word that I had a lot of resistance to. Our word for this week is flourishing. And the meaning of the word flourishing is thriving. Now, I'm pretty sure that as we've gone through a pandemic and now a war, none of us have been thinking about thriving. And so I was led to the quote from Albert Einstein: "We cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them." I'm pretty sure that we have looked at this pandemic and all the things going on in our world, and we have all got to a level of thinking that didn't have anything to do with the word flourishing. So let me remind you, our beloved founder, the founder of the Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes, said, "Change your thinking, change your life." And I'd like to start with another quote that is a reminder for all of us. Please declare with me: "I live in the faith that there is a presence and power greater than I am, that nurtures and supports me in ways I could not even imagine." Our reading this morning is from A Woman's Book of Joy by Eileen Campbell, and it is entitled Flourishing and Developing Resilience. All of us want to flourish, to live a life that's meaningful and makes us happy, and to be the best we can possibly be. We can't flourish, however, if we allow the tendency to be negative to rule our lives. Many research studies confirm that most of us have a greater natural tendency towards negativity than towards positivity. What we have to learn to do is to accentuate and amplify the positive. Negative emotions have a detrimental effect on our well-being. Too often we feel threatened in situations and we switch into survival mode, with the brain releasing stress hormones, particularly when old memories unconsciously get stirred up. We overreact, we become defensive, distressed, or angry. We also fret about the future, imagining things that might go wrong, even if they're unlikely to happen. Positive emotions have a hugely beneficial effect on our brains as they release oxytocin, the love hormone, making us feel expansive, open-hearted, and open to possibilities. Not only do we feel good, but we also become more friendly, generous, and helpful to others. We are more able to develop strategies to cope with difficult situations, to manage relationships, and to be more socially responsible. To be resilient and to be able to bounce back doesn't mean that we don't experience negative emotions, but that we can recognize them and we can let them go. Maureen Gaffey, adjunct professor of psychology and society at Dublin University, has spent much of her working life endeavoring to understand what enables people to be at their best, to be resilient, and to flourish. It is her belief that cultivating positive emotions helps us adapt to life's inevitable ups and downs. Positive emotions produce well-being and flourishing by making us more competent, knowledgeable, more effective, and more socially connected, and more resilient. We can all increase our ability to flourish and to be resilient by actively rebalancing the positivity and negativity in our lives. It requires discipline and practice, but we can learn to manage our emotions, to be gentle with ourselves, to not judge, to choose to think and behave in an open-hearted and positive manner. And so this week, our affirmation is, I choose to be open-hearted and positive. So I invite you to just gently close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Just let it out with a sigh. Just sink into whatever's beneath you. That sofa, that chair. Relax. Just let it take your weight. Feel it supporting you. Take another deep breath in and just let it out as we step into this sacred space of meditation. This place where we prepare our minds for the best that life has to offer. This place where we can flourish and grow, where we can become all we want to be, to live that life that's meaningful and makes us happy and allows us to be of service, to be a bright light in the world. So from this place of being, we just give ourselves an opportunity to just accept everything that's going on in the world. Everything that's happening in our bodies, our minds, our emotions. All the circumstances presenting in our lives right now. And from this place of acceptance, I ask you to give yourself permission to just let all this go. Just let it go. Let it dissolve into the nothingness from where it came. Just be right here, right now. Feel yourself supported, loved, open and receiving. Give yourself permission to just flourish in this moment. To truly just feel what it means to be a light in the world. For you know that what illuminates you becomes you. Just feel this great opening, this expanse of light, and allow yourself to truly flourish, to grow, to expand. Feel how good it is. And now I invite you to let the silence take you deeper as we affirm, I choose to be open-hearted and positive. I choose to be open-hearted and positive. I recognize and release negative emotions. I choose to be open-hearted and positive. I recognize and release negative emotions. And so, as our journey comes to a close, I remind you I choose to be open hearted and positive. Positive emotions produce well being and flourishing by making us more competent, knowledgeable, effective, and more socially connected and resilient. And now I invite you back into this time and space as we send thanks to the universe for this opportunity to join together, this opportunity to begin our day with a daily spiritual practice. I thank each one of you for being a light in the world. I thank you for joining us here at the Yuma Center for Spiritual Living. I remind you that this Sunday, we're going to have Ask Darren. So if you have some questions that you'd like our senior minister, Reverend Darren, to answer, please join us on Sunday or put your comments in our chat box and he'll get them. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Wednesday for Points to Ponder. I send you much love, many blessings, and I thank you for starting your day with a daily spiritual practice. I'm Reverend Rebecca Kay.